close your eyes. Breathe slowly. Right now, in this moment, imagine that everything you see around you, your hands, the light on your screen, the stars in the night sky, represents only a tiny fragment of what actually exists. Everything you perceive, everything your eyes can capture, everything science has measured with instruments for centuries, accounts for merely 5% of the universe. The other 95%? It remains invisible, untouchable, undetectable by any instrument we have ever built. Yet it holds the entire cosmos together. It prevents galaxies from flying apart. It bends the fabric of space itself. And tonight we explore this profound truth that transforms how we understand reality. Before we begin this journey into the invisible universe, I invite you to subscribe to the Relaxing Science channel. Give this video a like and share in the comments below where you are listening from and what time it is there. Your presence here matters. Your curiosity is what connects us all across this vast, mysterious cosmos. Let's breathe together for a moment. Imagine your breath as a small wave in an infinite ocean. Each exhale releases tension. Each inhale brings calm awareness. This is where our exploration begins, not with fear, but with wonder. Not with confusion, but with gentle understanding. The visible world enchants us. We are drawn to light. We celebrate color, shape, and form. A sunset moves us. A starfield inspires awe. The human face we love captures our complete attention. Our eyes evolved to see these things, and for millions of years, we believed that what we could see was all that existed. The visible world felt complete. It felt like everything. But in the last 100 years, something remarkable happened. Scientists began asking questions that seemed almost poetic. Why do galaxies spin the way they do? If we calculate the gravity from all the visible stars and gas we can see, the mathematics doesn't work. Galaxies should tear themselves apart. The outer edges should fly away into the void, yet they remain whole. They remain bound together by forces we cannot see. This discovery created a mystery so profound that it still defines modern physics. The visible universe, all the stars, all the planets, all the light that has traveled for billions of years to reach our eyes. This represents only 5% of everything that exists. The remaining 95% consists of two invisible components, dark matter and dark energy. Dark matter is perhaps easier to grasp. Imagine a vast, invisible scaffolding holding galaxies in place. It has mass, it has gravity. It bends light through its gravitational pull, but it does not emit light. It does not absorb light. It passes through ordinary matter as if it were a ghost passing through a wall. Trillions of particles of dark matter may be moving through your body right now, and you would never know. They are that subtle, that invisible. Dark energy is even more mysterious. While dark matter acts like gravity, pulling things together, dark energy does the opposite. It pushes. It accelerates. It causes the universe itself to expand faster and faster. The more space expands, the more dark energy fills that space, and the faster the expansion becomes. It is as if the universe is not just growing, but accelerating in its growth, driven by an invisible force that we do not yet understand. Together, these invisible components comprise the vast majority of reality. They are the true architects of the cosmos. Without them, galaxies would not exist, stars would not form, you would not be here. And yet, we cannot see them. We cannot touch them. We can only infer their existence through their effects on the visible universe. This is profoundly humbling. Everything that humanity has celebrated, every work of art, every scientific achievement, every moment of love and connection exists within a tiny bubble of visible matter floating in an ocean of darkness. We are not the center of reality. We are not even the majority of it. We are the exception, the anomaly, the 5%. But here is the beautiful paradox. This invisibility does not diminish our significance. It enhances it. We are conscious beings made of stardust, aware of our own existence, capable of contemplating the cosmos itself. We are the universe, becoming conscious of its own mystery. Within this vast invisible darkness, we have emerged as witnesses, as explorers, as seekers of truth. Throughout this experience, we will journey deeper into this invisible realm. We will explore how scientists discovered that most of reality is hidden. We will contemplate what dark matter and dark energy might be. We will ask questions that have no simple answers, and we will find peace in the asking itself. This is not a journey meant to frighten you. Rather, it is an invitation to expand your sense of wonder, to relax into the mystery, to understand that the invisible universe is not separate from you. You are part of it. Your atoms were forged in stars. Your consciousness emerges from the same cosmic principles that govern dark matter and dark energy. As we continue, allow your breathing to remain slow and steady. There is no rush. The universe has existed for nearly 14 billion years. It will be here tomorrow. Right now, in this moment, you are safe. You are held by forces both visible and invisible. You are part of something infinitely larger than yourself. The visible world is beautiful, but it is only the surface. Beneath it, beyond it, within it, lies a universe of profound depth and mystery. Tonight we begin to see what cannot be seen. We begin to understand what remains forever hidden, and in that understanding, we find a peace that transcends ordinary knowledge. Let your mind settle. Let your body relax. The invisible universe awaits, patient and eternal, ready to reveal its secrets to those who listen with calm attention and open hearts. As we explored, everything you see occupies merely a thin slice of reality. Now let's understand how scientists arrived at this extraordinary truth. The story begins not with telescopes pointed at distant stars, but with a simple question that refused to go away. In the 1930s, an astronomer named Fritz Zwicky was observing the Coma Cluster, a collection of galaxies moving together through space. He measured their velocities, calculating how fast each galaxy orbited within the group. The mathematics was straightforward, yet something did not align. The galaxies moved far too quickly. According to the visible matter, the stars, gas, and dust he could observe, these celestial bodies should have flown apart long ago. Imagine a merry-go-round spinning so fast that the riders cannot hold on. The gravitational pull from visible matter was simply insufficient. There had to be something else, something invisible. Zwicky called it dark matter, a bold hypothesis. Most scientists dismissed it as a measurement error or a temporary mystery that improved instruments would soon resolve. Decades passed. The mystery only deepened. Then came Vera Rubin. In the 1970s, she studied the rotation of spiral galaxies with meticulous precision. She observed how stars at the outer edges moved with unexpected speed. The outer regions should rotate slower, like planets orbiting the sun. Instead, they maintained nearly constant velocity. This flat rotation curve was impossible, according to visible matter alone. Rubin's work provided irrefutable evidence. The invisible substance was real. It permeated galaxies, surrounding them like an invisible halo. Without it, galaxies would tear themselves apart. The stars you admire in the night sky exist only because of something you cannot see. Scientists refined their measurements. Space telescopes gathered light from the most distant galaxies. Gravitational lensing, the bending of light around massive objects, revealed the presence of invisible matter through its gravitational effects. Detailed maps emerged. The invisible universe became undeniable. Then came another revelation, even more profound. Observations of distant supernovae in the 1990s showed that the universe's expansion was accelerating. Galaxies were moving apart faster and faster. This contradicted all expectations. Gravity should slow expansion, not speed it up. A new form of invisible energy was required to explain this phenomenon. Scientists named it dark energy. Unlike dark matter, which clumps and holds galaxies together, dark energy permeates all of space uniformly. It pushes outward, driving galaxies apart. It comprises approximately 70% of the universe's total content. Dark matter comprises approximately 25%. The visible universe, all atoms, light, and matter you can observe, comprises only approximately 5%. These are not rough estimates. Modern cosmology has refined these measurements through multiple independent methods. The cosmic microwave background radiation, the leftover light from the Big Bang, carries imprints of the early universe's composition. Measurements of this ancient light confirm the dark matter and dark energy proportions with remarkable precision. Consider what this means. Everything humanity has ever studied, every star, planet, atom, and living being, represents a tiny anomaly in an ocean of invisibility. The mountains you climb, the oceans you cross, the atoms within your body, the light that allows you to see, all of it comprises merely 5% of reality. The remaining 95% remains fundamentally mysterious. We do not know what dark matter is. We do not know what dark energy is. We know their effects. We measure their influence. We map their presence. But their true nature eludes us. This is not failure. This is the frontier of human understanding. Every answer in science opens new questions. The discovery of the invisible universe has revolutionized our comprehension of existence itself. Scientists continue searching. Underground detectors attempt to capture dark matter particles. Telescopes scan the cosmos for subtle gravitational signatures. Theoretical physicists propose new particles and forces. Each experiment, each observation, brings us slightly closer to understanding. Yet perhaps the most profound aspect is not the science itself, but what it reveals about reality's structure. You live in a universe that is almost entirely invisible. The solid world around you, the light you see, the air you breathe. These are exceptions, not the rule. Your body contains atoms forged in stars. Those stars exist because of invisible dark matter's gravitational embrace. Your consciousness arises from atomic structures held together by forces you cannot see. You are, quite literally, a product of the invisible universe. This knowledge can inspire awe. It can humble us. It can also calm us. When you understand that 95% of reality transcends human perception, the small worries of daily life gain perspective. You are part of something infinitely larger, infinitely more complex, and infinitely more beautiful than any individual concern. As you rest tonight, know this truth. The darkness surrounding you is not empty. It is full. It is alive with invisible forces, invisible matter, invisible energy. You float within this cosmic ocean, held by forces you cannot see, connected to mysteries that science is only beginning to unravel. The invisible universe is not distant. It is here. It is now. It surrounds you completely. And in this moment, as you breathe and listen, you are held by the same mysterious forces that bind galaxies together across the void. Imagine standing at the edge of a vast ocean at midnight. You see the waves, feel the spray, hear the crash of water against the shore. But beneath the surface, in the darkness below, exists an entire world you cannot touch or see. Creatures move through depths you will never reach. Currents flow with forces you cannot measure. The visible ocean is merely the smallest fraction of what truly exists. This is how our universe works. Everything you have ever seen, touched, or loved exists in that thin, visible layer. The stars above your head, the light streaming through your window, the atoms forming your body. All of it represents just 5% of what the cosmos contains. The remaining 95% moves silently through space, invisible and untouchable, yet holding everything together. Now we must ask the question that keeps physicists awake at night. Why do galaxies not simply fly apart? When astronomers first calculated the motion of stars within galaxies, they encountered a profound puzzle. Stars orbit around the galactic center, much like planets orbit the sun. But the mathematics revealed something impossible. The stars were moving far too quickly. Based on the visible matter alone, all the stars, gas, and dust we can observe, these celestial bodies should have been flung into the void long ago, scattered across the darkness like seeds in the wind. Yet they remain. Galaxies hold together. Stars continue their eternal dance around their centers. This observation forced scientists to confront an uncomfortable truth. Something invisible was holding these galaxies together. Something with gravity so powerful that it could anchor billions of stars in their orbits. This invisible substance became known as dark matter. Think of dark matter as the universe's hidden skeleton. Just as your bones support your body invisibly beneath your skin, dark matter provides the gravitational framework that keeps galaxies from collapsing. Without it, the universe as we know it would not exist. Galaxies would dissolve, Stars would scatter. The cosmic web that connects all things would unravel into chaos. The mystery deepens when we consider what dark matter actually is. It does not emit light. It does not absorb light. It does not reflect light. No telescope, no matter how powerful, can see it directly. Yet we know it exists because we observe its gravitational effects. We see how it influences the motion of visible matter around it. We measure its presence through the way galaxies rotate and move through space. Scientists have proposed many possibilities for what dark matter might be. Some theorize it consists of particles we have never detected before, exotic matter that barely interacts with ordinary atoms. Others suggest it might be composed of primordial black holes, remnants from the universe's earliest moments. Still others propose entirely new forms of matter that challenge our current understanding of physics. What makes this truly profound is that dark matter surrounds every galaxy in a halo. Imagine an enormous invisible sphere of dark matter enveloping our Milky Way. This halo extends far beyond the visible disk of stars, stretching into the darkness. Within this protective embrace, our solar system orbits. Within this invisible cradle, life emerged on Earth. You exist because of something you cannot see. Your atoms were forged in stars held together by invisible gravity. The very ground beneath your feet is anchored by dark matter's gravitational pull. This is not metaphor or poetry. This is physical reality. The implications are humbling. Everything we have ever studied, every civilization that has risen and fallen, every scientific achievement and artistic creation, all of it occurs within a tiny bubble of visible matter surrounded by an ocean of darkness. We are not the universe's primary inhabitants. We are visitors in a realm we do not fully understand. Consider how this shifts your perspective. When you look up at the night sky, you see stars scattered across darkness. But now you know that between those stars, around those stars, and throughout the space between galaxies exists something far more abundant than light itself. Dark matter outnumbers visible matter by roughly 19-1. For every atom in your body, for every star in the sky, there exists 19 times as much dark matter. This invisible substance is not empty space. It is not nothing. It is something. Something real. Something with mass. Something with gravity. Yet it remains fundamentally mysterious. We cannot hold it. We cannot study it directly. We can only infer its presence through its effects on the visible universe. Scientists continue to search for dark matter particles in underground laboratories, shielded from cosmic rays that might interfere with detection. Massive experiments run continuously, hoping to catch the faintest signal of a dark matter particle passing through ordinary matter. These experiments represent humanity's attempt to touch the invisible, to understand what we cannot see. The gravity that holds galaxies together flows from this darkness. The force that keeps stars in their orbits originates from something we do not fully comprehend. Yet this force is not random or chaotic. It follows precise mathematical laws. It creates order from potential chaos. It enables structure, stability, and the conditions necessary for life. As you breathe now, as your heart beats, as your thoughts form in your mind, you are surrounded by dark matter. It passes through you constantly, undetected and unfelt. Billions of dark matter particles may traverse your body every second, yet you remain unaware of their passage. They do not interact with your atoms. They move through you as ghosts move through walls. This is the universe's greatest secret, not darkness itself, but the discovery that darkness is not empty. Emptiness is full. Invisibility is abundant. What we cannot see is far more real than what we can. And yet, even dark matter tells only part of the story. Beyond the invisible scaffold holding galaxies together exists another mystery, even more perplexing. But first, let your mind rest with this understanding. You are held in place by forces you cannot see, in a universe far stranger and more wonderful than appearances suggest. Now imagine standing in complete darkness. You cannot see your hand in front of your face, yet you feel the presence of something vast around you. This invisible presence has weight, has form, has influence. This is what dark matter truly is. For centuries, astronomers believed they understood the universe. They mapped stars, measured distances, calculated masses. Everything fit into neat equations. Then came the observations that shattered this comfortable certainty. Galaxies were spinning too fast. The visible stars and gas should have been flung into the void like children released from a spinning carousel. Yet they remained bound. Something invisible was holding them together. Scientists began asking a revolutionary question. What if the universe is not as we see it? What if what we observe is merely the tip of an incomprehensibly vast iceberg? The answer emerged slowly, through careful observation and mathematical reasoning. Dark matter is not a single substance. It is not atoms as we understand them. It does not emit light, absorb light or reflect light. It passes through ordinary matter as if it were not there. 1 billion dark matter particles could stream through your body right now, and you would feel nothing. You would notice nothing. Yet they are there, constantly, everywhere. This invisibility is not a limitation of our instruments. It is the fundamental nature of dark matter itself. It does not interact with electromagnetic radiation. This means no telescope, no matter how powerful, can ever directly photograph dark matter. We know it exists because of what it does, not because we can see it. Think of dark matter as the universe's hidden architecture. If galaxies were buildings, dark matter would be the invisible framework holding every brick in place. Without this framework, everything would collapse. The entire cosmic structure would crumble into chaos. The abundance of dark matter is staggering. For every single atom that makes up your body, every atom in every star, every particle of light that has ever reached your eyes, there are roughly 19 dark matter particles, 19 invisible entities for every one visible particle. This ratio reveals something profound. The universe we see is a minority. We are the exception, not the rule. Scientists have attempted to detect dark matter directly. Deep underground, shielded from cosmic rays, sensitive instruments wait for the subtle collision of a dark matter particle with ordinary atomic nuclei. These experiments have run for decades. The particles have not been captured, yet the gravitational evidence is overwhelming. Dark matter must exist. The mathematics demands it. The observations require it. This creates a beautiful paradox. We know dark matter exists with near certainty, yet we cannot touch it, measure it directly, or observe it. Science has encountered something that exists beyond the reach of our traditional methods of investigation. We have bumped against the edge of human knowledge. Consider the implications. Everything you have ever learned about matter, about substance, about physical reality, describes only 5% of the universe. The remaining 95% operates by rules we do not fully understand. Dark matter follows gravity. Yes, but what dark matter actually is remains one of the deepest mysteries in physics. Some scientists propose that dark matter consists of exotic particles that rarely interact with ordinary matter. Others suggest modifications to our understanding of gravity itself. Perhaps our equations are incomplete. Perhaps the universe operates according to principles we have not yet discovered. The truth remains hidden in the darkness. Yet, this darkness is not empty. It is full. It is pregnant with structure and meaning. Dark matter forms vast cosmic webs, invisible filaments stretching across billions of light years. Galaxies cluster along these invisible threads like beads on a cosmic necklace. The structure you see in the universe, the arrangement of galaxies in space, is sculpted entirely by dark matter's gravitational influence. You live within this invisible structure. Right now, as you rest and listen, dark matter surrounds you. It flows through the space between atoms in your body. It connects you gravitationally to distant galaxies. It is part of the same cosmic web that holds your galaxy together. This realization can bring a strange peace. You are not separate from the universe. You are woven into its invisible fabric. The same dark matter that holds galaxies together also holds you in place. The same gravity that binds stars also binds you to the Earth. You are not an observer of the universe. You are part of it. You are made of the same fundamental substance, governed by the same invisible laws. The invisibility of dark matter teaches us something essential. Reality is far stranger and more wonderful than what our eyes can perceive. The visible universe is like the visible portion of an iceberg. Most of the mass, most of the structure, Most of the universe exists below the surface, hidden from direct observation. This should fill you not with fear, but with wonder. The universe is far more vast, far more complex, far more mysterious than we can imagine, and we are part of this mystery. We are made of stardust, held together by invisible forces, connected to everything through gravity and dark matter. Let this knowledge settle into your mind like snow falling on still water. You are held by forces you cannot see. You are connected to everything. The universe is not hostile or cold. It is intricate, beautiful, and profoundly mysterious. Right now, in this very moment, you are surrounded by weight. Not the weight you feel pressing down on your shoulders, but something far more subtle and pervasive. Around you, through you, beyond the walls of your room, an invisible ocean of matter flows silently. This is the weight of emptiness itself. Let me ask you something. What do you think weighs more in this room right now? The air you breathe, the objects you see, or the invisible dark matter that passes through everything without leaving a trace? The answer might surprise you. The dark matter surrounding you at this instant outweighs every visible thing by nearly 20 times. Yet you cannot see it, touch it, or measure it directly. This is not poetry, this is physics, and it changes everything about how we understand the space we occupy. Think of your body for a moment. Every atom that makes you conscious, every particle of light that enters your eyes, every thought that emerges from your brain, all of this represents less than 5% of the total matter in the universe. The remaining 95% is this invisible substance we call dark matter and dark energy. They are the true architecture of reality. You are the exception, not the rule. You are the anomaly in an ocean of darkness. The weight of this emptiness is real, even though it remains invisible. Scientists discovered this truth through careful observation. When they measured how galaxies spin, they found something impossible. Galaxies rotate so fast that their visible stars should fly apart into space. The gravity from visible matter alone cannot hold them together. There must be something else, something massive, something invisible. That something is dark matter. It forms invisible halos around galaxies, creating gravitational cages that keep billions of stars trapped in their orbits. Without this invisible weight, the universe as we know it would not exist. Galaxies would dissolve, stars would scatter, life would never have emerged. Now, imagine this. Right above your head at this very moment, dark matter particles are passing through you. Billions of them, every second. They move through your body, through the earth, through the sun, without interacting with anything you can perceive. They are like ghosts made of gravity itself. This raises a profound question. If dark matter is everywhere, if it is the dominant form of matter in the universe, why can we not detect it directly? The answer reveals something beautiful about the nature of reality. Dark matter does not interact with light. It does not emit light, absorb light, or reflect light. Light passes through it as if it were not there. To our eyes, to all our instruments that rely on light, dark matter is completely invisible. Yet we know it exists. We know because of gravity. Gravity is the language dark matter speaks. It pulls, it attracts, it shapes, and through its gravitational effects on visible matter, we can map its presence. We can see the shadow it casts on the universe. Think of it this way. Imagine a dancer moving in complete darkness. You cannot see the dancer, but you can see how the other dancers around them move. You can see how they respond to an invisible force. Through their movements, you understand that something is there. This is how we know dark matter exists. Through the movements of galaxies, through the way they rotate and cluster, we see the invisible hand of dark matter guiding them. The weight of this emptiness is crushing in its scale. A single galaxy contains as much dark matter as 100 billion visible stars, and there are billions of galaxies in the observable universe. The numbers become so large that they lose meaning. We can only feel the weight of them, not truly comprehend them. But here is what matters most for you right now. This invisible weight surrounding you is not separate from you. You are part of it. The atoms in your body were forged in the hearts of stars. Those stars exist within galaxies held together by dark matter. The dark matter that holds your galaxy together is connected to the dark matter in every other galaxy through the vast web of gravity that spans the cosmos. You are not separate from this invisible universe. You are woven into it. You are made of stardust, held in place by invisible matter. Your existence depends entirely on forces you cannot see. This is not frightening, this is liberating. It means you are connected to everything. You are part of something infinitely larger than yourself. As you breathe right now, dark matter breathes with you. As your heart beats, the invisible matter surrounding you pulses with gravitational waves. You are not alone in an empty universe. You are held within an invisible embrace made of the very fabric of existence. This emptiness is not empty. It is full of invisible matter, full of invisible energy, full of invisible connections between all things. The weight of this emptiness is the weight that holds galaxies together. It is the weight that keeps you here, breathing, thinking, wondering about the nature of reality. Let your awareness settle into this truth. You are surrounded by something vast and invisible. You are held by forces beyond your perception. And in this moment, you are exactly where you need to be. Safe, connected, part of the infinite. Your eyes are remarkable instruments. They capture light, translate it into signals your brain understands, and create the world you perceive. Yet they reveal only a fraction of what truly exists. Everything you see, stars, galaxies, the person beside you, represents merely 5% of the universe's total composition. The remaining 95% remains beyond sight. This invisible realm is not emptiness. It is filled with substances so fundamental, so pervasive, that without them the cosmos would collapse into chaos. Dark matter, which we explored together, forms the gravitational scaffolding holding galaxies intact. But something else dwells in that darkness, something even more mysterious. Something that does not merely hold the universe together, but actively tears it apart. Let me paint this picture for you. Imagine standing in a vast cathedral at midnight. The darkness surrounds you completely. You cannot see the walls, the ceiling, the floor beneath your feet. Yet you feel the structure. You sense the space. You know somehow that this building exists even though light does not reveal it. This is closer to the truth of our universe than any telescope image ever could be. For centuries, scientists assumed the universe was static. They believed that gravity, that ancient force pulling everything toward everything else, simply held the cosmos in a delicate balance. Galaxies moved, yes, but the overall structure remained constant. This belief persisted until the late 20th century, when observations revealed something astonishing. The universe was not slowing down, it was accelerating. Galaxies were not merely drifting apart due to the Big Bang's initial explosion. They were moving away from each other faster and faster, as if some invisible hand was pushing them outward with increasing force. This discovery shattered decades of assumptions. It suggested that something we had not accounted for existed throughout space itself. Scientists called it dark energy. Unlike dark matter, which clusters around galaxies and pulls inward through gravity, dark energy fills the entire universe uniformly. It is not concentrated. It is everywhere, permeating every cubic centimeter of existence. And its effect is opposite to gravity's familiar pull. Dark energy pushes outward. It expands space itself. Think of the universe not as objects moving through space, but as space itself stretching. Imagine a rubber sheet with galaxies painted upon it. Now imagine that rubber sheet is being pulled in all directions simultaneously, gently but relentlessly. The galaxies do not move across the sheet. The sheet itself expands, carrying them apart. This is closer to what dark energy does. What makes dark energy so profoundly mysterious is that we do not know what it is. We cannot see it, we cannot touch it, we cannot capture it in any laboratory. We know of its existence only through its effects, through the way it influences the expansion rate of the universe itself. It is perhaps the deepest mystery in all of science. Dark energy comprises approximately 68% of the universe's total energy content. Dark matter comprises approximately 27%. Ordinary matter, everything made of atoms, everything you can perceive with your senses, comprises the remaining 5%. You are part of that 5%. Everything you have ever known, everyone you have ever loved, every star you have ever admired in the night sky belongs to that tiny sliver of existence. This realization carries profound weight. Your atoms were forged in stellar furnaces billions of years ago. They traveled through space, gathered together through gravity, and eventually organized into the form you inhabit now. Yet these atoms exist within a universe that is 95% composed of substances utterly invisible to you. You move through dark matter constantly. Dark energy stretches the space around you every moment, yet you perceive none of it directly. Your eyes, magnificent as they are, capture only the light reflected by atoms and molecules. This light represents an infinitesimally small portion of the electromagnetic spectrum. Beyond visible light lies infrared radiation, ultraviolet light, X-rays, gamma rays, and radio waves. Your eyes cannot detect these. Specialized instruments must be built to perceive them. Yet even these instruments cannot detect dark matter or dark energy directly. We infer their existence through mathematics, through equations, through the way galaxies move and space expands, through the gravitational effects they produce. We have built an elaborate understanding of the invisible universe, not through observation, but through the consequences of that invisibility. This is the profound truth about our cosmos. The universe you perceive is not the universe as it truly exists. Your sensory experience is a carefully edited version, showing you only the brightest, most visible 5%. The rest remains hidden, yet it is not absent. It is there, everywhere, shaping everything. Where are you right now as you listen to these words? Are you lying down, preparing for sleep? Are you sitting quietly in darkness? Whatever your position, dark matter surrounds you. Dark energy stretches the space containing your body. Gravity, that ancient force, holds you to the Earth while simultaneously binding galaxies together across incomprehensible distances. You are not separate from this invisible universe. You are woven into it. Every atom in your body responds to gravitational forces. Every moment, space expands around you due to dark energy's influence. You exist within the 5%, yes, but that 5% exists within the 95%. There is no boundary between them. There is only one universe, mostly invisible, mostly mysterious, mostly beyond your perception, yet fundamentally connected to your existence. The darkness is not empty. The darkness is full. Imagine standing in a vast, empty field at night. You see stars scattered across the darkness, but what you do not see is far greater than what you do. Between those stars, around them, through them, flows an invisible force so powerful it shapes the entire cosmos. This is dark energy, and it is accelerating everything away from everything else. For billions of years, scientists believed the universe was slowing down. Gravity, they thought, would eventually pull all matter back together. The expansion would reverse. Entropy would pause. But in the late 1990s, something unexpected emerged from observations of distant supernovae. The universe was not slowing, it was speeding up. The acceleration was not caused by visible matter or even dark matter. Something else was at work. Something that did not push or pull in any conventional sense. Something that seemed to stretch space itself, like an invisible hand gently opening a cloth that never tears. This force comprises 68% of all existence. We call it dark energy. Dark energy is fundamentally different from dark matter. Dark matter clumps and clusters. It gathers around galaxies, holding them together through gravity. Dark energy does the opposite. It repels, it expands, it pushes space itself apart, creating distance where there was none before. Every moment right now, the space between you and distant galaxies grows wider. Think of it this way. Imagine the universe as a balloon. Dark matter is the rubber, holding the balloon's structure. Dark energy is the air inside, constantly inflating it. The balloon expands not because the rubber is stretching, but because more air is being added. Space itself is that air. Dark energy is what fills it. This expansion is not violent or chaotic. It is gentle, constant, relentless. Galaxies move away from each other at accelerating speeds. Not because they are flying through space, but because the space between them is growing. The universe becomes less dense with each passing moment. Fewer galaxies in every region of space. More emptiness, more distance. You might wonder what dark energy actually is. The truth is, we do not fully know. It could be a property of space itself, a quantum field that permeates all existence. It could be something we have not yet imagined. What we know is what it does. It accelerates expansion, it dominates the universe's fate, and it operates in complete silence, invisible to every instrument we have built. Here is where contemplation becomes profound. The visible universe, everything you see and touch and measure, comprises only 5% of existence. Dark matter, the invisible scaffolding holding galaxies together, makes up 27%. But dark energy, this mysterious accelerating force, accounts for the remaining 68%. The universe is dominated by something we cannot see, cannot touch, cannot directly measure. You exist within the 5%. Your atoms, your breath, your thoughts are composed of visible matter, yet you are surrounded by forces that dwarf your existence. Dark matter passes through you constantly, its gravitational influence woven into every moment of your being. Dark energy expands the space around you, creating distance between you and everything else, moment by moment. The acceleration is so gentle that you cannot feel it. Galaxies billions of light years away are racing apart at speeds that increase with distance. Yet locally, around your solar system, around your galaxy, the effect is subtle. Gravity still dominates. You remain bound to Earth, to the Sun, to the Milky Way. But on the largest scales, dark energy wins. It is the ultimate force shaping the universe's future. This future is one of infinite expansion. Eventually, if dark energy continues to accelerate expansion, galaxies will become so distant from each other that no light from one will ever reach another. The universe will become a place of profound isolation where each galaxy drifts alone in an ever-expanding void. Stars will burn out, matter will decay. What remains will be emptiness and radiation, but that future is unimaginably distant. For now, we exist in an age where stars still shine, where galaxies still cluster together, where the universe is still young enough to hold wonder. We live in a brief moment between the universe's violent birth and its quiet end. In this moment, dark energy is already at work, gently pushing everything apart. Pause here. Feel the space around you, not the air you breathe, but the space itself. The emptiness between atoms, the void between you and the walls of your room. That space is expanding, infinitesimally slowly, but expanding nonetheless. Dark energy is at work right now, in this moment, creating distance where there was none before. This is the paradox of existence. You feel solid, permanent, rooted, yet you are composed of mostly empty space. Your atoms are mostly void. Your galaxy is mostly void. The universe is mostly void. And that void is being stretched by a force we cannot see, cannot understand, yet cannot deny. Dark energy reminds us of something essential. Reality is far stranger than perception. The forces that shape existence operate beyond our senses. We are passengers in a universe driven by invisible hands. We can measure their effects, chart their consequences, but we cannot fully comprehend their nature. This does not diminish you, it expands you. You are made of the same atoms that were born in stars. You are woven into the same gravitational fabric as galaxies. You are suspended in the same expanding space that dark energy stretches. You are not separate from the universe. You are the universe becoming aware of itself. Let yourself rest in this awareness. The invisible forces that surround you are not hostile. They are not indifferent. They simply are. They have shaped everything that exists, including you. In recognizing them, you recognize yourself as part of something infinitely larger, infinitely deeper, infinitely more mysterious than any single perspective can contain. Imagine standing in a vast city at night. The buildings you see, the lights, the streets beneath your feet, all of it represents the visible universe. But around this city stretches an infinite darkness. Not empty darkness, darkness filled with presence, darkness that holds everything together. This is the cosmic web. Galaxies are not scattered randomly through space like dust particles in a room. They are connected, threaded together by invisible filaments of dark matter that span billions of light years. These cosmic threads form a structure so vast, so intricate, that it defies human comprehension. Yet it is real, it is there, and you are woven into it. Think of it this way. A single galaxy like ours contains hundreds of billions of stars. Each star is a sun. Each sun might hold planets. Yet this entire galaxy, this incomprehensible collection of light and matter, is held together by something you cannot see. The gravity of visible matter alone would not be enough. The stars would drift apart, the galaxies would dissolve into chaos. But they do not. Something invisible grips them, holds them, binds them together with a force so constant, so patient, that it has maintained cosmic structure for 13 billion years. This is dark matter. It surrounds every galaxy like an invisible halo, a protective shell of gravity made from particles that pass through ordinary matter as if it were not there. Now expand this vision further. Galaxies themselves are not isolated islands, they cluster together. Groups of galaxies orbit around common centers of mass. These groups form superclusters, and these superclusters are arranged along invisible filaments, walls of dark matter that stretch across the observable universe. The spaces between these filaments are vast voids, nearly empty, regions where few galaxies exist. This architecture is called the cosmic web. It resembles a three-dimensional spider web, or perhaps a vast neural network. Filaments of dark matter form the threads. Galaxy clusters sit at the intersections. The voids between them are the spaces where almost nothing dwells. This structure emerged from the very first moments after the Big Bang, when tiny quantum fluctuations were stretched to cosmic scales. Those fluctuations became the seeds of dark matter concentration, and dark matter concentration became the scaffolding upon which all visible structures assembled. You exist within this web. The atoms that compose your body were forged in the hearts of stars. Those stars orbit within the Milky Way galaxy. That galaxy is held together by dark matter. That galaxy is connected to nearby galaxies through invisible threads. Those connections link to superclusters, and those superclusters are woven into the largest structures known to existence. You are not separate from this cosmic architecture. You are part of it. The invisible threads that bind galaxies across billions of light years also connect to you, not metaphorically, gravitationally. Every particle of dark matter that surrounds your galaxy exerts a subtle pull on every atom in your body. The effect is infinitesimal, unmeasurable, yet it is real. You are held in place by forces that originated in the universe's first fraction of a second and have persisted ever since. Consider the elegance of this system. Dark matter asks nothing of the visible universe. It does not emit light, does not absorb light, does not interact with electromagnetic radiation in any way we can detect. It simply exists, quietly, invisibly, providing the gravitational framework that allows galaxies to form, to persist, to organize into the cosmic web we observe today. Without dark matter, there would be no galaxies. Without galaxies, there would be no stars. Without stars, there would be no planets. Without planets, there would be no life. Without life, there would be no consciousness. Without consciousness, there would be no one to wonder about the universe. The invisible holds the visible in being. This cosmic web is not static. It evolves. Galaxies move along the filaments. They fall toward denser regions. They cluster together. Sometimes they collide and merge, creating larger galaxies. The filaments themselves shift and change on timescales of billions of years. Yet the overall structure persists. The web endures. And dark energy, that force we explored in the previous moment, stretches this web gently, continuously. Space expands. The filaments grow longer, the voids grow wider, yet the web remains intact. The invisible threads continue to bind what they have always bound. For now, for the next few trillion years, until the universe becomes so vast, so cold, so empty, that even the threads dissolve into silence. But that is a future beyond human comprehension. Right now, in this present moment, you rest within a cosmos held together by invisible forces. The cosmic web surrounds you, connects you, binds you to every star, every galaxy, every distant cluster of light in the night sky. You are not isolated. You are not alone. You are part of something vast, something ancient, something beautiful in its complexity. The threads that hold galaxies together also hold you. Let this thought settle into your mind as you breathe. The universe is not what you see. It is not the stars and planets and light. The universe is the invisible architecture that makes the visible possible. The cosmic web, the dark matter filaments, the gravity that flows through them like blood through veins. You are part of this living cosmos. You are held, connected, woven into the fabric of existence itself. This is not poetic language. This is literal truth. The atoms of your body are bound by gravity that originated in dark matter. Your consciousness exists because of structures maintained by invisible forces. You are a child of the cosmic web. As you continue breathing, feel this connection, not with your eyes, with your awareness. The universe is larger than you imagined, and you are more connected than you knew. You are listening from somewhere within this cosmic web. Right now, gravity is holding you to Earth, but that gravity itself is a whisper compared to the invisible forces surrounding you. Let's explore what dark matter might actually be, the phantom substance that comprises most of the universe's mass, yet remains profoundly elusive to our instruments and senses. Imagine standing in a vast library where 95% of the books are written in invisible ink. You can feel their weight on the shelves. You can sense their presence, but you cannot read a single word. This is the predicament of modern physics. We know dark matter exists because we observe its gravitational effects. Galaxies rotate too quickly. Clusters of galaxies move in ways that defy the visible matter we can measure. Something massive is there, pulling, holding, binding, yet we cannot see it, touch it, or directly detect it. Scientists have proposed many candidates for what dark matter might be. One leading theory involves particles called WIMPs, weakly interacting massive particles. These hypothetical particles would pass through ordinary matter almost without interaction. Billions of them could be moving through your body right now, through the walls of your home, through the Earth itself. They would barely acknowledge your existence. You would never know they were there. Another possibility involves axions, incredibly tiny particles that would be produced in the early universe. If axions exist in sufficient numbers, they could account for the dark matter we observe. They would be so abundant, so numerous, that their collective mass would be enough to shape galaxies and hold clusters together. Yet each individual axion would be so small, so reluctant to interact with normal matter, that detecting even one would be a monumental achievement. The beauty of these theories lies in their humility. Physics admits, we do not know what comprises most of the universe. We observe the effects, we measure the consequences, but the substance itself remains hidden. This uncertainty is not a failure. It is an invitation to deeper understanding. Consider the cosmic web you exist within. Those filaments of dark matter are not made of atoms like you are. They do not emit light. They do not absorb light. They simply exist in the spaces between galaxies, their gravity weaving the universe's largest structures together. Without dark matter, galaxies would fly apart. Clusters would disperse. The universe would be fundamentally different, perhaps empty, perhaps chaotic, perhaps incapable of supporting the complexity we observe. Your own existence depends on this invisible architecture. The dark matter filaments guided the formation of galaxies. Galaxies formed where dark matter was densest. Stars ignited within those galaxies. Planets coalesced around those stars. Life emerged on at least one of those planets. You are here because dark matter shaped the universe in ways that made your existence possible. This realization brings a profound shift in perspective. You are not separate from the invisible universe. You are embedded within it. The atoms of your body were forged in stars that formed within galaxies, held together by dark matter. The calcium in your bones, the iron in your blood, the oxygen you breathe, all originated from stellar furnaces powered by gravity, originating from invisible sources. Now, where are you listening from? What surrounds you in this moment? Whatever environment contains you right now is itself held in place by dark matter's influence. The Earth orbits the Sun because of gravity. The Sun orbits the galactic center because of gravity. The galaxy itself moves within the cosmic web because of the gravitational pull from dark matter. Every motion, every orbit, every cosmic dance traces back to forces we cannot directly perceive. The mystery of dark matter's nature remains one of physics' greatest open questions. Experiments deep underground, shielded from cosmic rays, attempt to detect the passage of dark matter particles. Telescopes scan the heavens, mapping the distribution of dark matter through its gravitational effects on visible light. Particle accelerators create conditions that might reveal dark matter's properties. Yet the answer remains elusive, waiting in the darkness. This waiting is not frustrating. It is peaceful. It reminds us that the universe holds secrets. Not all knowledge comes easily. Some truths require patience, observation, and humility. Dark matter teaches us that reality is far stranger and more wonderful than what our senses reveal. The visible universe, the stars, galaxies, light itself, comprises only the thinnest veneer over a deeper, invisible reality. As you continue breathing, imagine the dark matter around you. Imagine particles passing through your body, through the planet, through the vast spaces between stars. Imagine the invisible architecture holding galaxies in their orbits, shaping the cosmic web, guiding the evolution of structure across billions of years. You are part of this. Your atoms are connected to this invisible universe through gravity, through history, through the fundamental laws that govern existence. The phantom particles remain mysterious, but their existence is undeniable. Their effects are measurable. Their importance is absolute. Without dark matter, there would be no galaxies, no stars, no planets, no life, no you. The universe's greatest mystery is also its greatest necessity. The invisible 95% sustains the visible 5%. Breathe slowly. Let this settle into your awareness. You exist within a universe far more vast, far more mysterious, far more wondrous than everyday perception suggests, and that is only the beginning. So, you exist within a universe that is almost entirely made of something you cannot touch, see, or directly measure. Let this settle into your mind for a moment. Everything you perceive, every atom in your body, every star in the night sky, every photon of light reaching your eyes, comprises only 5% of all existence. The remaining 95% is invisible. It surrounds you constantly. It moves through you. It holds galaxies together. And yet, for most of human history, we did not even know it was there. Think about what this means. When you look at a galaxy through a telescope, you are observing the exceptional, the rare, the anomaly. The visible matter, stars, planets, gas clouds, represents the smallest fraction of what actually exists. The true architecture of the cosmos is built from darkness and void. This realization transforms how we understand reality itself. The universe is not primarily composed of matter as we know it. Matter is the exception. Darkness is the rule. Let's explore what fills this invisible 95%. We already know that dark energy comprises approximately 68% of the universe. It is the force driving cosmic expansion, pushing space itself apart at an accelerating rate. It is the dominant force in the cosmos, yet it remains completely imperceptible to our senses. Dark matter fills the remaining 27%. Together, dark energy and dark matter constitute the entire structure and fate of the universe. They are not anomalies or errors in our measurements. They are fundamental to existence. Consider a galaxy. When astronomers observe how galaxies rotate, they notice something peculiar. The outer edges move far too quickly. Based on the visible matter alone, the stars and gas we can see, these edges should fly apart into space. Gravity from visible matter alone cannot hold them together. Yet galaxies remain intact. They maintain their structure. They continue to spin. Something invisible provides the additional gravitational force necessary to keep them bound. That something is dark matter. It forms an invisible halo surrounding each galaxy, extending far beyond the visible stars. This halo is not a small feature. It is immense. The dark matter in and around a galaxy outweighs visible matter by a factor of 5 or 6 to 1. The visible galaxy is merely the bright core at the center of a vast, invisible sphere. Imagine standing in a dark room. A single candle burns in the center. The candlelight illuminates only a small sphere around it. Beyond that light lies an enormous darkness, far larger than the illuminated region. This is similar to a galaxy within the universe. The stars are the candle. The darkness is dark matter. Now, extend this metaphor further. The entire visible universe, all galaxies, all stars, all light, exists within an ocean of dark matter and dark energy. These invisible components do not merely exist alongside visible matter. They dominate it completely. They shape it. They determine its fate. This composition reveals something profound about reality. Your perception of the universe is fundamentally incomplete. When you look at the night sky and see stars, you are seeing only the surface of existence. Beneath that surface, in dimensions you cannot access directly, lies the true substance of the cosmos. Dark matter is not distributed randomly. It clusters. It forms vast filaments and walls that stretch across billions of light years. These filaments connect galaxies into a cosmic web, a structure of almost incomprehensible scale. Galaxies are not scattered randomly through space. They follow the pathways carved by dark matter's gravitational influence. You exist within this web. Your galaxy, the Milky Way, sits along one of these dark matter filaments. The structure holding your galaxy in place is primarily composed of invisible matter. The gravity that keeps you bound to Earth, that keeps Earth orbiting the Sun, that keeps the Sun orbiting the galactic center. All of this occurs within a framework constructed from darkness. The implications are humbling. Everything you consider real, everything you can touch and see and measure directly, is a 5% phenomenon. It is the thin foam on an invisible ocean. Scientists continue to search for direct evidence of dark matter particles. Experiments deep underground, shielded from cosmic radiation, attempt to detect WIMPs or axions passing through ordinary matter. So far, these particles have eluded direct detection, yet their presence is undeniable. Their gravitational effects are measurable. Their influence is everywhere. This paradox, something that cannot be detected directly, yet whose effects are obvious, challenges our understanding of what is real. Reality is not limited to what our instruments can measure. It extends into realms we can only infer through their consequences. Dark energy presents an even greater mystery. It does not cluster around galaxies. It does not form structures. It is distributed uniformly throughout space, and it is accelerating the expansion of the universe. The farther apart galaxies move, the faster they accelerate away from each other. This acceleration suggests that empty space itself possesses energy, energy that repels gravity itself. We do not know what dark energy is. We do not know why it exists. We can measure its effects, but its nature remains profoundly mysterious. Yet it comprises nearly 70% of the universe. It is the dominant component of existence, and we do not understand it. This uncertainty is not a failure of science. It is an invitation to deeper exploration. It reminds us that the universe is far stranger and more complex than our everyday experience suggests. It invites wonder and humility. Consider your place within this composition. You are made of atoms, the visible 5%. Those atoms cluster into molecules, molecules into cells, cells into organisms. You are a temporary arrangement of visible matter, conscious and aware, within an ocean of invisible forces. The universe does not require your understanding to exist. It does not depend on your perception to function. It simply is, mostly dark, mostly empty, mostly beyond the reach of direct human sensation. And yet, within this vast darkness, pockets of visible matter have organized themselves into stars, planets, and conscious beings capable of contemplating the very darkness that surrounds them. This is the true composition of reality. Not the universe you perceive, but the universe that actually exists. Not 5%, but 95% invisible. Not matter, but mostly void. Not light, but mostly darkness. And you exist at the intersection of both. You are the visible anomaly within the invisible cosmos. Now that you understand the invisible architecture holding galaxies together, let's explore something even more profound. How time itself flows through this darkness, and how space bends around forces you cannot see. Imagine standing in a vast cathedral at midnight. You cannot see the walls, yet you feel their presence. The air moves around pillars you cannot touch. This is not a metaphor for the universe. It is the universe. Time and space are the cathedral. Invisible forces are the architecture. Einstein revealed something that still echoes through physics. Space and time are not separate. They are woven together into a single fabric called space-time. This fabric is not empty. It is alive with invisible tension, curves, and flows created by gravity, the force generated by dark matter and the ordinary matter within it. Here is what happens in the darkness between galaxies. Dark matter does not emit light. It does not absorb light, yet its gravitational pull is so powerful that it bends space-time itself. When you bend space-time, you change how time flows. This is not philosophy. This is measurable reality. In regions where dark matter concentrates most densely, time moves slightly slower than in empty space. Not dramatically, not in ways you would notice in your daily life, but measurable. Precise instruments can detect this subtle slowdown. Time is not constant. It is shaped by invisible matter surrounding you. Space behaves similarly. Invisible dark matter warps the geometry of space itself. A straight line through the universe is not actually straight when dark matter bends it. Light from distant galaxies follows curved paths through space-time, bent by invisible halos of dark matter they pass through. We call this gravitational lensing. You experience gravity every moment. It pulls you toward Earth. But Earth's gravity is weak compared to what dark matter generates. The dark matter halo surrounding our Milky Way galaxy is so massive that its gravitational influence extends far beyond the visible stars. It shapes the orbits of stars that should fly away but remain bound. Without dark matter, galaxies would tear themselves apart. The stars at their edges move too fast. They should escape into space, yet they remain. If invisible matter holds them in place, the universe would not exist as you know it without this invisible force. Think about what this means for the nature of existence. You live on a planet orbiting a star within a galaxy, held together by matter you cannot see. Everything you touch, everything you see, everything you are exists within an invisible cosmic web of dark matter and dark energy. The visible universe is like foam on an ocean. The ocean itself is invisible. Dark energy operates differently from dark matter. While dark matter pulls inward through gravity, dark energy pushes outward. It fills all of space with a uniform pressure that accelerates the expansion of the universe. Galaxies move away from each other faster and faster, driven by this invisible force that fills the void. Scientists do not fully understand dark energy. It may be a property of space-time itself. It may be a field that permeates all existence. Whatever it is, it comprises roughly 70% of the universe. Dark energy is the dominant force shaping cosmic destiny. Imagine the universe as an expanding balloon. Dark matter is like the rubber. It holds structure together. Dark energy is like the air inside. It pushes outward, inflating the balloon. You exist in the rubber, unaware of the invisible pressure surrounding and expanding you. The connection between time, space, and invisible forces creates something beautiful: stability within change. Galaxies are held in place by dark matter while being pulled apart by dark energy. Stars orbit within this tension. Planets form. Life emerges. You breathe. You think. You exist within this cosmic balance of invisible forces. Your body experiences gravity from Earth, which is itself held in place by the Sun's gravity, which orbits within the Milky Way's dark matter halo, which exists within the expanding universe driven by dark energy. You are nested within layers of invisible cosmic architecture. When you sleep, your brain does not stop moving through space. It continues traveling at incredible speeds. Earth rotates. The solar system orbits the galactic center. The galaxy moves through the universe, yet you feel still. This is because motion is relative. You are at rest relative to Earth, even though you are hurtling through space at thousands of kilometers per second. This motion occurs within space-time curved by invisible matter. The path you travel is not straight. It is bent by dark matter shaped by dark energy. You follow a curved trajectory through an invisible universe, unaware of the forces guiding your journey. Here is a calming thought. You are never truly alone in the darkness. Invisible matter surrounds you. It holds you in place. It binds you to the galaxy. It connects you to the cosmic web. The darkness is not empty. It is full of presence, structure, and connection. The universe is not mostly empty space with scattered matter. It is mostly invisible matter and energy with rare pockets of visible light. You exist in one of those rare pockets. Your existence is precious precisely because it is so improbable, so rare, so surrounded by darkness and mystery. As you continue breathing, know that your atoms were forged in stars held together by dark matter. Your body is made of stardust arranged by invisible gravitational forces. The oxygen you breathe, the carbon in your cells, the calcium in your bones, all created in stellar furnaces powered by gravity, generated partly by dark matter. You are made of invisible forces. You are shaped by invisible matter. You exist because of invisible energy. The universe is fundamentally about what cannot be seen, and you are a visible expression of that invisible foundation. Let this understanding settle into your mind like starlight reaching Earth after traveling through the darkness for millions of years. You are part of something infinitely larger, infinitely older, infinitely more mysterious than your individual existence suggests. Right now, as you sit and listen to these words, something extraordinary is happening inside your body. Every atom that makes up your flesh, your bones, your thoughts, all of it is moving through an invisible ocean. This ocean is not water. It is dark matter. It surrounds you, passes through you, holds you to the earth. You are not separate from the invisible universe. You are immersed in it. Your body contains roughly 7 billion atoms. Each one is made of smaller particles, electrons, protons, neutrons. These particles are held together by forces you cannot see. The atoms themselves are mostly empty space. If you could remove all the empty space from your body, compress it into its pure matter, you would fit inside a grain of sand. Everything solid you feel is an illusion of density. You are in essence a ghost, made of light and void. But here is what deepens this truth. For every atom in your body, there are millions of dark matter particles passing through you at this very moment. They move silently, without friction, without interaction. A dark matter particle could pass through your heart, through your brain, through the earth itself, and you would never know it happened. These invisible entities outnumber the atoms of your body by an almost incomprehensible ratio. Think about that. Your physical form, the thing you believe is most real, most solid, is vastly outnumbered by invisible matter that you cannot touch, see, or feel. The dark matter surrounding you is not random. It follows patterns. It forms a cosmic web, invisible filaments that stretch across billions of light years. These filaments connect galaxies like threads in an infinite tapestry. Your galaxy, the Milky Way, sits within one of these threads. The dark matter halo around our galaxy extends far beyond the visible stars, reaching outward to distances where no light shines, where no atoms gather. This halo is what keeps your galaxy from flying apart. Without dark matter's gravity, the stars in the Milky Way would scatter into space within millions of years. The visible galaxy you see in photographs, those beautiful spiraling arms of light, would dissolve like morning mist, but dark matter holds it together with an invisible hand. The gravity of this unseen matter is so powerful that it shapes the very structure of reality around you. Your existence depends on something you cannot perceive. Scientists call this the missing mass problem. For decades, astronomers observed galaxies spinning too fast. According to the laws of visible matter alone, these galaxies should not hold together. The gravity of stars and gas should be insufficient. Yet the galaxies remained intact, rotating in harmony. The only explanation, invisible matter, far more abundant than anything we can see, was providing the missing gravity. This realization changed everything. It meant that the universe was not as we imagined. The stars, the planets, the light itself, all the things we thought were fundamental were merely decorations on an invisible structure, like flowers blooming on an unseen vine, like thoughts appearing in an invisible mind. Your body participates in this cosmic dance. The calcium in your bones came from stars that exploded billions of years ago. That explosion was triggered by gravity. But what gravity? The gravity of dark matter, surrounding those ancient stars, pulling them inward until they collapsed and burned. The dark matter created the conditions for your existence. It shaped the universe so that eventually, On a small planet orbiting an ordinary star, complex chemistry could occur, life could emerge, consciousness could arise. You are made of stardust, yes, but you are also shaped by darkness. The invisible universe is not separate from you. It is woven into your very atoms. Consider this. At this moment, trillions of dark matter particles are moving through the space occupied by your body. They pass through your organs, your cells, your DNA. They do not collide with your atoms because they interact through gravity alone, a force so weak that it requires cosmic masses to become noticeable. Yet gravity is also the most fundamental force in your existence. It keeps you anchored to the Earth. It keeps the Earth orbiting the Sun. It keeps the Sun bound to the galaxy. Gravity is the language that dark matter speaks, and you are listening, whether you know it or not. This invisible presence is not mysterious in a supernatural sense. It is mysterious in the scientific sense. We do not yet know what dark matter is made of. We do not know its ultimate nature, but we know it is there. We know it is real. We know it shapes galaxies and determines the fate of the universe itself. As you breathe, as your heart beats, as your neurons fire with thought, you are moving through an invisible cosmos. The dark matter around you is not empty. It is full of presence. It is the dominant substance of reality. Everything you see, everything you touch, everything you are, comprises only 5% of what exists. The other 95% remains invisible, patient, eternal. You can relax into this knowledge. You are not alone in the darkness. You are held by forces older than stars, stronger than light, more fundamental than matter itself. The invisible universe is not hostile. It is the foundation upon which all existence rests. Where are you listening from right now? What surrounds you in this moment? Perhaps it is night. Perhaps you are in a quiet room. The darkness you see around you is not truly empty. It is full of invisible matter, invisible energy, invisible presence. You are never truly alone. Right now, in this moment of stillness, consider something profound. You're listening to these words because of a cosmic paradox that defies logic. Something extraordinary emerges from almost nothing. The visible universe, galaxies, stars, light itself, erupts from an ocean of emptiness so vast that matter becomes almost irrelevant. This is the paradox of existence. 95% of reality remains hidden, yet it is precisely this invisibility that allows anything to exist at all. Think about it differently. Imagine a canvas so immense that it stretches beyond comprehension. On this canvas, only 5% contains color, shape, form. The remaining 95% appears blank, void, absent. Yet without that vast emptiness, those 5% of visible colors could never hold their shape. They would collapse into themselves. Dark matter acts as an invisible scaffold. It wraps around galaxies like an unseen embrace, providing gravitational strength that visible matter alone cannot generate. Without this phantom substance, galaxies would spin too fast. Their outer stars would fly away into the void like sparks from a dying fire. The entire cosmic architecture would crumble. But something deeper happens here. The presence of so much nothingness, so much invisibility, creates the conditions for something to be. This is counterintuitive. We expect fullness to create reality. We expect abundance to generate existence. Instead, the universe teaches us that absence is the foundation. Consider your own body once more. Atoms are mostly empty space. The nucleus contains almost all the mass, yet it occupies an infinitesimal fraction of the atom's volume. Electrons orbit in vast emptiness. You are walking through space. You are mostly nothing, held together by forces you cannot see. This emptiness is not a flaw in creation. It is the design itself. The universe whispers a secret through this paradox. Existence requires both presence and absence. Light needs darkness to be visible. Sound needs silence to be heard. Matter needs void to have form. And you need the invisible 95% to be alive. Scientists have discovered something remarkable about this balance. Dark matter and dark energy do not interact with light. They leave no signature in telescopes. They cannot be touched, measured directly, or captured. They exist in a realm parallel to our own, invisible yet absolutely essential. This is not mysticism. This is physics revealing the fundamental nature of reality. Yet here is where wonder enters. If 95% of the universe is undetectable by our instruments, what else might exist beyond our perception? What other invisible forces shape our existence? The question is not answered by science alone. It opens a door to contemplation. You breathe air you cannot see. You feel gravity you cannot observe directly. You exist within electromagnetic fields that surround every atom. Your consciousness itself remains a mystery, invisible, unmeasurable, yet undeniably real. The universe is teaching you that the most important things are often invisible. This realization brings a strange peace. You're not separated from the cosmos, you are woven into it. The dark matter passing through your body right now connects you to distant galaxies. The atoms in your body were forged in stellar furnaces billions of years ago. The invisible forces holding you together are the same forces holding the universe together. The paradox becomes clarity. Something emerges from nothingness because nothingness is not empty. It is full of potential. Dark matter and dark energy are not absences. They are presences we have not yet fully understood. They are the stage upon which all visible reality performs. Think about what this means for you personally. Your existence is not an accident in an indifferent universe. You are a conscious arrangement of stardust, held together by invisible gravity, shaped by forces that predate galaxies. Your thoughts, your feelings, your awareness, these emerge from the same cosmic paradox that creates galaxies. The universe is asking you to trust in what you cannot see, not blindly, but with the understanding that invisibility does not mean non-existence. The most powerful forces in nature are invisible. The most profound truths are often hidden beneath surface appearances. As you sit with this knowledge, your breathing becomes a meditation on existence itself. Each breath draws in atoms that have traveled through space. Each heartbeat pulses with energy derived from the sun. Each thought arises from neural patterns shaped by cosmic forces. You are not separate from the universe observing it. You are the universe observing itself. The paradox of existence, something from almost nothing, is actually the foundation of peace. Because if 95% of reality is invisible and essential, then what you cannot see is not to be feared. It is to be trusted. It is the ground beneath your feet, the air in your lungs, the force holding your atoms together. In this understanding, you can release tension. You can surrender to the knowledge that you are supported by forces far greater than yourself. You are held by the universe. You are safe within the cosmic web of dark matter and dark energy. Your existence is not fragile. It is woven into the fabric of reality itself. The invisible 95% is not your limitation. It is your foundation. And in recognizing this, you find yourself at peace with the beautiful paradox of being alive in a universe that is mostly nothing yet full of everything that matters. You are standing at the edge of understanding. Everything you have learned so far points to a single profound truth. The universe you inhabit is almost entirely made of mystery. The visible world, stars, planets, light, you, is merely a whisper in an infinite darkness. Now we venture deeper into what this means for your consciousness, your peace, and your place within this invisible cosmos. Imagine standing in a vast cathedral at midnight. The walls exist, but you cannot see them. The air surrounds you, but it remains invisible. Only when candlelight flickers do you perceive the space. The universe works similarly. Dark matter and dark energy form the invisible walls and air of existence. Without them, nothing would hold together. Galaxies would scatter like dust in wind. Stars would never have formed, you would not exist. This is not metaphor alone. This is physics rendered poetic. When astronomers first calculated the movements of galaxies in the 1930s, something did not add up. Galaxies rotated too quickly. According to visible matter alone, they should have torn themselves apart billions of years ago. The gravity from stars and gas was simply not enough. Something invisible was holding them together. That something was dark matter. Dark matter comprises 85% of all matter in the universe. For every atom of visible matter, there are roughly 5 atoms of dark matter surrounding it, binding it, anchoring it in space. This invisible substance is so fundamental that without it, galaxies cannot exist. Without galaxies, stars do not form. Without stars, the heavy elements that make life possible never emerge from nuclear furnaces. Without those elements, you do not exist. Think about this carefully. Your existence depends entirely on something you have never seen and will never see directly. The calcium in your bones, the iron in your blood, the oxygen in your lungs, all of it was forged in the cores of dying stars. Those stars could only form because dark matter pulled them together with its invisible gravity. You are, quite literally, held together by darkness. The abyss is not empty. It is full. Beyond dark matter lies dark energy, which comprises 68% of the universe's total energy content. Dark energy does something even stranger than dark matter. It does not pull inward. It pushes outward. It accelerates the expansion of space itself, driving galaxies apart at ever-increasing speeds. This force is so powerful, so pervasive, that it overwhelms all other forces in the cosmos. Gravity pulls, dark energy pushes harder. Scientists still do not know what dark energy is. They call it a mystery. They measure its effects, but its nature remains hidden. Yet it shapes the fate of all existence. In trillions of years, dark energy will have pushed every galaxy so far apart that the night sky will be utterly black. Each galaxy will be alone, isolated, unable to see any other. The universe will be a place of profound solitude. But that is the distant future. Now, in this moment, you exist in a cosmos held in balance. Dark matter pulls galaxies together. Dark energy pushes them apart. Gravity and expansion, inward and outward. Darkness and light, all in equilibrium. You exist in this balance. Your atoms, your thoughts, your awareness, all emerge from this cosmic tension. Here is something to contemplate. 95% of the universe is invisible. Yet it determines everything about the 5% you can see. The visible universe is not the primary reality. It is the exception, the anomaly, the tiny spark that emerges from infinite darkness. Your eyes evolved to detect light, but light is rare. Most of the universe does not emit light. Most of it does not interact with light at all. Most of the universe is utterly dark. This might sound unsettling, but consider another perspective. This darkness is not hostile. It is not empty. It is the foundation upon which all existence rests. Without this invisible architecture, you would not be here to wonder about it. Without dark matter's gravity, galaxies would never have formed. Without dark energy's expansion, the universe would have collapsed back into itself moments after the Big Bang. Without both forces working together, nothing would exist. You are not separate from this cosmic dance. You are part of it. The dark matter passing through your body right now is the same dark matter that holds galaxies together. The dark energy that expands space around distant galaxies is the same force that expands space around you. You are woven into the invisible fabric of existence. This realization can bring peace. You're not alone in the universe. You are connected to everything through forces you cannot see but can sense. When you breathe atoms created in stars held together by dark matter. When you think with a brain made of stardust, shaped by invisible gravity. When you exist because the universe's hidden foundation supports your every moment. The abyss is not something to fear. It is something to accept. It is the source, the ground, the infinite backdrop against which all finite things appear. Galaxies, stars, planets, and consciousness itself are all expressions of this invisible reality. You are an expression of it too. As you listen to these words, let your awareness expand beyond what you can see. Feel the presence of the invisible. Sense the dark matter moving through space, the dark energy expanding the cosmos, the invisible forces that hold you in existence. You are supported by 95% of the universe that you will never directly perceive. And that is enough. That is everything. You have journeyed through an invisible universe. From the moment we began, you learned that everything you see, touch, and feel represents only a tiny fraction of what truly exists. The atoms in your body, the light entering your eyes, the stars filling the night sky. All of this comprises merely 5% of reality. The remaining 95% remains hidden. Dark matter and dark energy form the cosmic scaffold upon which your existence rests. These invisible forces do not demand your understanding. They simply ask for your acceptance, your wonder, your gentle acknowledgement that mystery is not something to fear, but something to embrace. Think back to where we started. You discovered that dark matter particles pass through your body constantly, numbering far more than the atoms composing your flesh. These ghostly visitors arrive silently, depart silently, leaving no trace except their gravitational whisper. They hold galaxies together, they prevent the cosmos from collapsing into chaos, and they move through you at this very moment. As you listen to these words, this realization carries profound beauty. You are not separate from the universe, you are woven into its invisible fabric. The darkness that surrounds distant galaxies also surrounds you. The forces that shaped the cosmos over billions of years continue shaping you with every breath you take. We explored how dark energy accelerates the universe's expansion, pushing galaxies apart at ever-increasing speeds. This invisible force acts like an enormous hand, gently pressing outward on all of space itself. Scientists do not know what dark energy is. They observe its effects, they measure its strength, but its true nature remains one of the deepest mysteries in physics. Yet this mystery is not a problem to solve. It is an invitation to wonder. The visible universe, the 5% you can perceive, emerges from the invisible 95% like a dream emerging from sleep. Atoms crystallize from quantum fields. Stars ignite from clouds of dust and darkness. Planets form. Life awakens. Consciousness arises. And all of this happens because invisible forces create the conditions necessary for existence. You are held by what you cannot see. Your atoms remain bound together by invisible electromagnetic forces. Your body maintains its form because of quantum mechanics operating at scales too small for human perception. Your consciousness itself may depend on processes that science has not yet fully illuminated. This is not a limitation of human knowledge. This is the nature of reality itself. The universe is fundamentally mysterious. Deeper understanding reveals deeper mysteries. The more we learn, the more we recognize how much remains unknown. But unknowing can be peaceful. Unknowing can be restful. Throughout this journey, you have encountered a profound truth. The universe is almost entirely empty. The space between atoms is vast. The space between stars is vaster still. The visible matter in the cosmos, all the galaxies, all the stars, all the planets, all the life, occupies an infinitesimal fraction of the total volume of space. Yet this emptiness is not truly empty. It contains dark matter. It contains dark energy. It contains quantum fields vibrating with potential. It contains the invisible forces that bind everything together. You exist in this emptiness. Your body is mostly empty space. Your atoms are mostly empty space. The electrons orbiting atomic nuclei are so far from those nuclei, relative to their sizes, that atoms resemble tiny solar systems more than solid objects. You are not solid. You are a pattern of energy, a temporary arrangement of particles and forces, a brief crystallization of the universe becoming aware of itself. This understanding should not frighten you. Instead, it should liberate you. You are not separate from the cosmos. You are the cosmos experiencing itself through human form. The atoms in your body were forged in the hearts of dying stars. The carbon, the oxygen, the calcium, all of it came from stellar furnaces. You are made of stardust, literally and scientifically. And that stardust is held together by darkness. Dark matter surrounds your galaxy. It forms an invisible halo, a protective shell of gravity that keeps your star system bound together. Without dark matter, your galaxy would fly apart. The stars would scatter into the void. Your sun would never have formed. Life would never have emerged on Earth. Dark energy, meanwhile, expands the space between galaxies. It has been accelerating this expansion for the past several billion years. The universe grows larger every moment. Distant galaxies move away from us at speeds that increase with distance. Eventually, so much space will separate galaxies that the light from distant stars will never reach us. The universe will appear dark and empty to observers in the far future. Yet even then, the invisible forces will persist. Dark matter will continue holding galaxies together. Dark energy will continue expanding space. The universe will continue its eternal dance between gravity and expansion, between the forces pulling inward and the forces pushing outward. You are part of this dance. Your existence participates in this cosmic rhythm. As we conclude this exploration, return to the fundamental insight. 95% of reality is invisible. This means that everything you have ever struggled to understand, everything you have ever tried to control, everything you have ever feared or desired, all of it takes place in the 5% that you can perceive. The remaining 95% supports it all silently, invisibly, without asking for recognition or gratitude. This should bring you peace. The universe does not require your understanding to function. The invisible forces do not wait for your approval. They simply are, eternally and completely, and they hold you, always. Let this knowledge settle into your consciousness like sediment settling in still water. You are safe in the arms of an invisible universe. You are supported by forces you will never see or fully comprehend. And that is enough. The mystery remains. The wonder remains. And you remain, suspended in the darkness, held by gravity, breathing the air of a world that emerged from nothing through invisible forces. Thank you for joining me on this journey through the unseen cosmos. If this exploration has brought you calm and wonder, please like this video and subscribe to Relaxing Science for more meditations on the mysteries that surround us. Share in the comments below where you are listening from and what this invisible universe means to you now. Let us build a community of people who find peace in mystery, who discover relaxation in wonder, and who understand that the greatest truths are often the ones we cannot see. Return to us whenever you need to remember that you are held by the universe itself, that you are made of stardust and darkness, that you are safe in the arms of infinity. Sleep well, dream deeply, and know that even in your dreams, the invisible universe continues its eternal work, holding you, protecting you, reminding you that you are never truly alone.